Father God, give me some Adderall. Give me some spiritual Adderall so I can focus on this episode. Welcome back to episode 2 of Healed and Held podcast, where we talk about Jesus, we talk about life, and we talk about everything in between. I got my enlightenment yerba mate. This is my go-to drink. It is not the healthiest according to the Yuka app, but according to me, it is good. It's good and it provides the energy, and it's not Celsius. I already had one earlier, and if I have another one, I'm going to be up until Tuesday. So yeah, this is what we're drinking. This is what we drink almost every day, and this is probably what keeps me sane. Not sponsored, by the way, obviously. Yeah, this episode is going to be a continuation of something I said in the last one. And the title of today's episode, I don't want to say today's message because I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher. I'm just here sharing the gospel. Today's episode, non-SEO version, is called Come As You Are. That's what I titled it. Come as you are, because it is based off of Matthew 11:28. And this verse says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." So I want to break this down into 3 parts, essentially. Part 1 is going to be all about how God says, "Come to me." Jesus says, "Holy wind." Jesus says, "Holy wind." That's what he says. It is very windy, and I'm going to try to clean this up as much as possible. There's always a problem with audio, man. Like, there's always this, just either it's helicopters, or it's kids crying, or it's like airplanes, or today it's wind. Today is wind, and I'm grateful for this wind, actually. So let me, instead of being such a negative Nancy, I am thankful for this wind, because it is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in this park that I'm at, because I haven't gotten a studio yet, and I haven't turned my house into a studio. So here we are, filming in public without a permit, here spreading the gospel. All right, part 1 is going to be the first part of the verse. So, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Now, who is this episode for? I want this whole just podcast not to be just for people who follow Christ. I want it to be for someone who knows nothing about him, someone who is like craving something that they don't even know what they crave. Somebody who tries to fill the voids in their life with things that aren't Jesus. And hopefully I talk to you. I pray that God speaks to you through me, that I am a vessel for him, that I am his servant, that I am able to get to you through his words and not mine. And I always pray that he removes all pride and all boastfulness from my speech, because I don't want to talk. I want him to talk through me. So let's get going with the episode. All right. Now this episode is for people who are non-believers or are afraid to come back to Christ. So I underlined the afraid here. So these are my notes. These are my notes that I hand wrote, because I'm delusional and I handwrite things. But they got crumbled in my backpack. You know those kids in school that would just shove papers in their bags? That was me. I was very messy in high school. All right. I underlined afraid because that's another topic I want to talk about. People who are afraid to come to God, to Christ. So yeah, this is for people who are non-believers or are afraid to come back to Christ. And I feel like this is for people that need some form of reassurance, or they just need to hear how God's been there for someone, or hear their testimony, or just somebody they can relate to. Um, I feel like there's a lot of church hurt and a lot of just people that have been hurt by Christians or people who call themselves Christian, and they see everybody else as that. They see everybody else behave that way, and they're like, they equalize God to negative things. And I'm sorry if that's happened to you. That's definitely happened to me. And God has been slowly healing me from that. He's healed me from it. He continually does it. And dude, whatever you went through, I pray that God shows you who he really is, because he is not the church. He is not mega churches. He is not millionaire pastors. He is not famous people. He is who he is, and he is not who people say he is. Some people say he is this, and that. God tells us who he is in the Bible. God tells us who he is when he talks to us. God tells us who he is by the actions of the people who really follow him. And if you are trying to get back to God and you are just hurt by the church, I want you to know that that is not God. That is whoever that person was, whoever that church was. And God is just love. God is love. God is light. God is abundance. God is something that we can't experience on this earth. At least for myself, speaking for me. God is pure love. I've never felt love like anything else before when I've tried to search for it. God has been there for me when I thought I had nothing. God has been there for me when I thought I had everything. He is the man that meets you at the highs. He is the man that is with you at the lows. And I don't know why I went off tangent, but I feel like I just needed to say that. So let's let's stick to the topic. All right. It's been, guys, just to update you, it's been a hectic few weeks. I've been spiritually attacked a lot. I've had dreams with literal demons. And God has helped me push through all this. I still deal with a lot. I still am going through a lot. But I am persevering. I am trusting him. And I am trying to stay true to what I am chasing. And it's tough, dude. It's tough and it's easy at the same time. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's just how it's been lately. And opening up this new platform has been like opening a new can of worms. And dude, God's been good. That's all I can say. God has been good. God has been treating me just, he's been blessing me. He just blessed me right now. I just got off a phone call and it was amazing. Man, I got off the phone with my dad and he blessed me. And dude, God is just good. I've been learning to trust him more and more. And by doing this, I feel like I am being obedient. And I've been trying to film this episode for weeks, bro. Like, after I dropped that first episode, I went out to film the other one. I filmed the whole episode in my car. It came out very bad, and I was just not happy with it. And I was like, all right, this is not good enough. I got to do it again. So I tried again and again and again, and it just wasn't working out. And even now, dude, I changed my shirt like twice because I wasn't happy with my outfit, and I changed my hat twice because I wasn't happy with the hat I was wearing. I was just going like fighting with myself until I was like, just freaking do it. Just do it. Stop being stop messing around. So that's been the past few weeks, man. God has been good. God is always good. But these past few weeks, God has been he's such a good dad. And I love him. I love you, Lord. All right. Now let's continue this podcast. All right. Part 1, that first part of the verse I talked about. Now, when he says, come to me, he isn't just saying, hey, like, I'm over here, just come on. No, he's saying, come to me. He's always going to call out to us. He always welcomes us. He's not somebody that just like is like sitting and he's like, yo, I'm over here if you're interested. No, he says, come to me. He doesn't say, hey, I'm over here if you ever want to hang out. Hey, I know you're busy, but I would love to see you. No, he says, come to me. It's like he's ordering us to come to him, because he's always there, man. He's always there. Come to me, all who are weary and carry burdens. I highlighted all because it's not just come to me, Christians. Come to me, people who come to church every Sunday. Come to me, people who don't have any sin, people who don't have sex before marriage, people who are the holiest people on this planet, people who are this, and that. He says, come to me, all. All means anyone, anywhere. He doesn't care where we are in life or who you are, where you are, what you do, who you say you are. He loves you regardless. Regardless of what you do, what you're going through. He calls out to you. Now, come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens. What does weary mean? Weary means feeling or showing tiredness, especially as a result of excessive exertion or lack of sleep, aka me. I got like 6 hours, 5 hours of sleep tonight. I did get 7 the night before, so I think I'm pretty good. I'm stocked up on caffeine too, so that helps out. I gotta stop. I gotta focus. Where am I? All right, so just to break that part down a little bit more, right? Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens. Come to me, everybody who is tired, everybody who is just sick of what they're going through, sick of dealing with the things that they deal with on a daily basis, sick of life. I've been there, dude. I've been sick of life so much so that I freaking try to take myself out of this planet entirely. And I came to Jesus. I was like, God, just do something, man. Do something. Do a miracle. Just take my life or turn it around. That's how bad it was. I was asking God to just freaking take me out because I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't. And there was one day specifically recently where I was just not okay. I was terrible. I was going through it. And I started getting those suicidal thoughts back. And I was just driving and like tears in my eyes. I was like, bro, God, make a truck, just freaking you know, I can't do this anymore, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this life. I'm just sick of it. And I prayed out, man. I prayed out to him because that's the only thing I could do at that time. There was nothing else I could have done besides just pray. And there will be times like that. There will be times like that where you can't do anything besides pray. So I prayed, and I went home, and I was just like, God, I trust you. I trust that this is a season and not my entire life. I'm going to come out of this storm. I'm going to weather through it. You're going to guide me, and I'm going to come out the other side. And what happened the next day? I got 8 hours of sleep. I woke up. I went to the gym. I had a good workout. I ate a good meal. And I felt just completely fine the day after. Now, psychology people and people that are good at mental health, let me know if there's like a scientific reason for, to this, but I attribute it to God just taking that weight from me. And yes, it's very practical. It's a very practical thing too. When you feel bad, just go for a walk. I do that all the time. But I think there was a supernatural healing thing that went on where I wanted to take my life, so he took it for me, and he has it in his hands now. Bryce Crawford says, there's this clip of him where he says, I didn't want my life, so I gave it to somebody who did. And Every time I hear that, I'm just like, dude, that's me. That's me. There's times where I don't want my life. I don't want to live the life I live. I don't want to be here. But he wants me to be here. He wants me to be here. He has a greater purpose for me. He has me here for a reason. There's no other reason that I'm here. I don't know the reason I'm here. I don't know if I have a certain calling that I have to fulfill, or a certain thing that I need to do before I leave this planet. But I know he has me here for a reason. And I wish sometimes he would come down and talk to me and just yell in my ear what to do. But I just have to keep trusting him and obeying him and following him. And everything will be revealed, and everything shall be revealed to me in due time. Not in my time, in his time, whenever he wants. I almost cried there. All right. Part 2. Let's get to part 2 before I freaking start crying. All right. Not part 2. Sorry. The next part of the verse in this part 1. And I will give you rest. What is the definition of rest? The definition of rest is cease work or movement in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. I will give you rest. I'm going to take this work that you're going through. I'm going to take this excessive just strain that you're going through, and I'm going to give you this rest that only I can give you. That's how beautiful our God is, man. God gives us rest in those moments where we feel like we can't continue anymore. You know when you're swimming, I don't swim, so I can't use that analogy. You know when you're like working out and you can't do another set, you can't do another rep because you're just weak. But then your buddy comes along and he gives you a spot and you're like, oh, I could pump one out. I could pump one more out. That's the rest God gives us. That's the spot God gives us. Rest isn't just laying there and expecting God to take care of everything just because he can. He gives us rest so we fully surrender and repent. And we also need to do our part too. We can't just be like, all right, I'm going to chill. I'm going to lay back. I'm sure God is going to take care of it because that's what the Bible says, right? I can rest. He's going to give me rest. No, you still have to work. You still have to put in the work to submit to him, to follow him, to be a servant of him. You can't just sit back and expect your world to turn into sunshine and rainbows while everything else crumbles down, because that's not how it works. When your outside is chaotic, your inside has to be at peace, and vice versa. Like everything else on the outside of like yourself, like you could have everything you want. You could have this world of blue skies and no clouds, right? But if your inside looks like thunderstorms and hurricanes and just darkness, doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside, because it's what's in here that matters. I've been distracted by this cat on a leash this whole time. I wish I could show you. I wish I should have recorded. There was this cat on a leash. That's crazy. All right. Let's go to part 2 before I freaking veer off again. Second part of the verse. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. What does take my yoke upon you mean? What is a yoke? If you don't know what a yoke is, it is a beam that brings 2 oxen together to help them pull with both strengths. I'll just throw a picture up because it's hard to explain. Jesus wants to help us. He doesn't want us doing things alone. He wants to be our strength too. That's why he says, "Take my yoke upon you." He's not saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take everything, and you can just sit and relax, don't do anything." He says, "Take my yoke. I will help you out with this load that you're carrying." Jesus wants to help us. Hebrews 13:5 through 6 says, God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. So we say with confidence, the Lord is my helper, I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? This is a promise. God doesn't abandon us. When God says, never will I leave you, he's not saying that because he's just saying it. And in this world, we experience people telling us things that they just say for the hell of it. God says everything with intention. Let me teach you because I am humble and gentle at heart. God is humble. He doesn't come to you and say, yo, who the hell are you? Why should I care about you? He does not care where, who, or how you come to him. He doesn't care where you are right now. You could be the richest person on this planet, or you could be the poorest. You could be at the bottom of the bottoms, and he will still call you his son. He will still call you his daughter because he's humble. God doesn't care who you are. He loves you. He doesn't care who you are, where you are, what you do for a living, how much money you earn a year. He loves you the same as everybody else. He just wants you to come to him. In him, our souls find rest / peace. Because, again, and you will find rest for your souls. I don't think we should take that lightly. I think with each of these verses, everything is said with intention. Don't read these and just say, oh yeah, that's good. No, break these down. Sentence by sentence if you have to. Let me teach you. Let me teach you because I'm humble and gentle at heart. I think there's a bigger thing to let me teach you. I think that calls us to be humble too. Because somebody that's stubborn isn't going to be taught something because they think they know everything. But God says, let me teach you. Have I been out of focus this whole time, dude? Oh my God. That is frustrating. I'm going to break my camera. I think I've been out of focus this whole time. We have to be teachable. We can't be like stubborn with God. We have to let ourselves be taught how to have gentle hearts, taught how to be more like him. We're not going to be him. We're not going to be perfect, but we can try. We can try to strive to be like him. Strive to be good children, good followers, good disciples of him. Let's break down the last part of this verse. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. I didn't write a spiel for this because I think I like went to bed or something, and then I just didn't do it. But let's do it on the fly. Let's improvise. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. Again, yoke. Keep in mind what yoke is. It's not a heavy yoke. It's not something that's going to weigh you down and going to make you even worse, put you in worse pain. His yoke is easy to bear. The burden I give you is light. The burden I give you is light doesn't mean like, hey, you're going to go through things and it's going to be some of the worst things that you've gone through. Although after you accept Jesus into your heart, or as you're following Christ, it does not get easier. The world does not get easier. The world gets tougher, if anything. Life gets harder. But as life gets harder, God gives you the tools to deal with it. It's like a storm, right? Let's say you're on a boat and you're going through this storm that is life. First you start out in this little rowboat. The storm isn't getting any easier. If anything, it might get harder. But as you follow Christ, as you continue your journey with Jesus, God gives you the tools to go through the storm. Maybe he might strengthen your boat a little bit more. Maybe he might make you stronger so you could row better. Maybe he might give you a motor so you don't have to row at all. Maybe he might give you stronger sails. Like God makes your boat, God makes your heart stronger so that when you do go through these things, you don't crash out. You don't freaking, you don't commit. You don't, do that. God just he changes your heart. He renews your mind, and he gives you the tools through weather the storm to go through life. Because, dude, just from experience, man, God, like, just life doesn't get easier being a Christian. It gets 100 times harder. You deal with spiritual warfare. You deal with battles. You might lose friends, dude. I stopped getting invited out, like, from this friend group that I used to hang out with a lot. No fault to them, because I mean I've made it clear that I've been going to church and I'm trying to pursue God, and part of that is not going to parties and drinking like crazy like I would before. And even when I am at parties, I'm just like, I'm just not the same person, and praise God for that, dude. It sucks, like, losing people in your life, but you know, that's part of this walk. You're gonna lose, but you're also gonna gain. I've gained I've gained so much since I've been walking with God. And most recently, I prayed for Christian friends, and now I go to this connect group. My community's very good. It's solid. I talk about the Bible with them. We have good debates. Um, like last week we talked about whether or not we could lose salvation, which is a very controversial topic that has to be approached with discernment and wisdom. And that's not, well, we can discuss that later. But you know, that's, you can't talk about that stuff with some friends. And I don't know where I was going, but yeah, life does definitely life definitely doesn't get easier. Um, but life does get a lot better spiritually and inside. Like, back to what I was saying about, you know, your heart being in a good place and your inside looking beautiful while your outside may look chaotic. Like, as you follow God, you're just at peace, and you just have this sense of comfort in you that you can't find anywhere else. And I'm going through that right now. Like, dude, I could just be talking crap and just being upset about so much right now, but I have peace in my heart, and I have this sense of faith that everything's going to be okay in the end, and I will be okay, and I will get through this season, because everything is a season. The Bible literally says this: there's a time for everything, there's a season for everything. This little patch of life I'm going through right now, this is not going to be my entire life. This might be just this year. You know, last year, again, I just to say my testimony again, but last year I literally prayed for an exact dollar amount, and I got that exact dollar amount. Like, how crazy is that? How crazy is God to give me that amount of money, and for me to just, like, not administer it well because I didn't have Christ in my heart, because I saw this blessing that he gave me, and I was like, okay, thank you, God. Let me just go do whatever I want with it. Right? It's like when you teach your kid how to ride a bike, and they go off and they just go do whatever they want, even though you taught them how to ride. Like, you're just a kid. You still don't know how to bike for 50 miles. You can't go out and bike across the country. You're still a kid. I still got to teach you a lot. Right? That's how God was like with me. Like, he gave me this blessing, and what did I do with it? I don't even remember. You know, that's just been the past, you know, that was 2024. And now this year I'm just getting closer to him, man. It's been taking a while, but I'm getting closer to him, and by the grace of God, I'm still here talking to you and spreading his message. So that's where we're at right now. I hope this resonated with you. I hope you were able to get something out of this. And I hope I'm doing these correctly. Like, I didn't follow a prompt. I didn't use ChatGPT for this one at all. This one came straight from the heart, straight from the mind, straight from the Bible. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm excited for the next episode. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Um, I might know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I just pray God reveals something to me. That being said, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. These people are starting to play kickball next to me, so I think it's time to go before I creep them out. Um, and it's been fun talking to you about God. I hope you're doing good. I hope that you are okay this week. I pray that whatever you're dealing with, I pray that you keep Matthew 11:28, 11:28, right? I pray that you keep this verse in mind. That you come to God with your heavy burdens. That you come to Him tired, and you're just like, Jesus, help me. Help me go through this season. Help me go through this period. Help me deal with whatever I'm dealing with right now. This period of time that I'm in right now, I know it's not going to be forever. I know that you're going to take me out of this. I know that you're going to help me through this. Because nobody else can, nothing else can besides you. I pray that God shows you His face. God shows you His love, the love that He has for you, that nobody else has, that no person on this planet can give you. I pray that God shows that to you. I pray that whatever hurt you have in your heart, whatever you're going through, whatever mental battle you're dealing with, God, just take control. Let God take control and see how much your life changes. And I can say that because He's done that for me. That being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.